first pitch is moments away here in Miami. It's the Nationals and Marlins. Next. Well, the wait is over. Baseball has a new address in Miami, and you're looking at it. Marlins Park, the site for tonight's edition of Baseball on the Show. Tonight, a couple of National League Eastern Division teams get ready to face off, as it'll be the Washington Nationals taking on the Miami Marlins. And a welcome inside the broadcast booth, everybody. Matt Vasgersian here to take you through this one. We'll hear from my colleagues Dave Campbell and Eric Karros momentarily. But first, let's jump right into our starting lineup here. It's presented by State Farm. Get to a better state, State Farm. And on the mound to face this lineup, there you see the numbers for the hard-throwing right-hander Josh Johnson. And in the field, the Marlins will align themselves like this. Ian Desmond will move towards the batter's box as we're just about set to get underway tonight. And the first pitch of the ball game here is taken for a cold strike one.
First pitch, 7-10.
And they guessed right on the bunt, but this is going to be close. Barehanded, and the throw to first will be in time, so they stamp out the bunt attempt.
Boy, let's slow this one down and get another look. The third baseman's in on the grass already, but this is a beautiful barehanded pickup and a very accurate throw.
Jason Worth will dig in, currently 5th in the National League in batting to begin play. And the fastball here is hit on the ground, but foul. Off-speed pitch in the dirt as he takes it for a ball. And he takes one off the inside corner for ball two. Fastball is looked at for strike two.
A little conviction behind that fastball.
Changeup had him fooled a bit as this is on the ground to third. On to first, and Worth is set down. There are two away.
A look there at the numbers from his last time out. They were very good. 8 innings pitched in a winning cause. I mean, anything similar to that would certainly be a big boost for this ball club.
Ryan Zimmerman will dig in for the first time here, looking to change his fortunes a bit as he's seen that average dip these last 4 or so games. The pitch. First offering to him stays upstairs. It's a ball and no strikes. And this catches the outside corner, strike one. Swing and a miss on the fastball, and it's 1-2.
And he can certainly throw hard, but the key will be how much movement he'll be able to get.
The 1-2 offering looked like a slider that time, but it's 2-2. Fastball misses in the dirt as he tried to get him to chase the low one. And this one will be foul back in among the fans. And this is taken for ball 4, so it's a 2-out walk here in the top of the first.
And this might be part of the game plan. Take a lot of pitches and hope to get him to burn himself out here earlier than usual. That was a very patient at bat there.
Michael Morse will dig in now, hoping to perhaps make him pay for the 2-out walk. Now a hard hit ball back up the middle, and this will get on through past Reyes for a base hit. Throw will hold that runner at second, so there are 2 on now with 2 away.
And that's the danger of the 2-out walk. Now all of a sudden another base hit here puts 2 on with 2 away, and they're close to making something out of this inning after all.
Adam LaRoche will get his first opportunity here, and as you can see, he's got that average up over the 290 mark to begin play. And a ball, 1-0. Two men are on with 2 men out. And he gets a piece here as this ball is fouled away. Now a swing, and he just fouls this one away. Here's Johnson now with the 1-2. And this ball will be chopped foul. Oh, this is hit hard towards second. That's in there. Base hit. Around third and being waved on home. And the opening salvo is fired here as they take a 1-0 lead.
And nothing gains momentum more than a 2-strike, 2-out RBI. He just stays with his ball nicely. That'll fire up the whole dugout.
Wilson Ramos will get his first chance at it now. Didn't factor much into the win yesterday as he took an 0 for 4 in the ball game. In there, no balls and a strike. And a half swing here, but this is in there for a called strike 2.
Yeah, and both these pitches have been strikes, but neither's been in a spot he can drive.
Runners at the corners, 2 men out. And a fastball in the dirt that's taken for a ball.
Maybe a good opportunity here to show him a changeup, give him a different look.
And a big strikeout there. They'll leave a couple of runners on base, and after a good start to the inning, they can't capitalize any further. Only 1 in the inning for the Nationals. On now to the bottom of inning number 1. Nationals on top, 1-0. A look there at the starting lineup for the host Marlins. Tom Gorzolani is on the mound to face them. His greatest challenge in this one will be avoiding the long ball. He's going to be staring down some guys that'll be tough outs in this ball game, but it'll be imperative that he keeps the ball in the ballpark. And defensively, here's how Washington will take the field behind him. Right back to work as the shortstop, Jose Reyes, digs in to lead off the bottom of inning number 1. And he catches the inside corner for a called strike. 0-1. And now a pitch on the way. And low, it's a ball and a strike. Swing, and ooh, he saws him off with that one. Now here's one hit in the air to the right side, but this is back into the seats, a foul ball. He'll try again, 1-2. And he'll try to get him fishing there, but he won't offer in the dirt, and it's back to even at 2-2. Fastball called, strike 3, and there's the first out of the inning.
And check this out one more time. You'll see the catcher wants this thing on the outer half, and this thing just zeroes in on its target. Goodbye.
Emilio Bonifacio will stand in now, hoping to get on base. As you can see, he currently sits 6th in the senior circuit in stolen bases. Here's the first offering. Good changeup there to start him, but it drops a little low for ball 1.
And he'll have success going forward with that pitch if he can keep it down in the zone and can set it up off the fastball.
Called strike at the knees. Evens the count at 1-1. Pumps the fastball by him here. 1-2 now. Now a little tapper toward the line. If this stays fair, it's trouble. On to first, and Gorzolani's really settling in here. 2 away. Hanley Ramirez will get his first cuts here. And that misses, ball 1. Lays off a fastball that doesn't miss by much, and it's 2-0. And this is going to be a foul ball in amongst the spectators. Swing and a ball hit well to the right side, but this will get into the crowd. Swing and a liner, foul and out of play. Full count now, 3-2.
And these long at-bats give you a good sense of what a guy's featuring here in the first inning.
And that one's taken outside for a ball. He walked him. So no 1-2-3 inning here. They've got themselves a 2-out base runner.
And that's a tough one to lay off here on 3-2. Does this wind up finding the strike zone? Show track says nope, that's a little high. That's a good call.
Logan Morrison will stand in, and he's having a great season so far, currently 5th in the National League in home runs. Below the knees, 1 ball, no strikes.
And here in the first, he's going to run into big trouble if he can't locate his pitches better than that.
And this pitch will miss low, apparently. Okay, it's 2-0.
Yeah, that's getting bailed out at the plate.
And little doubt about that one. That's in there, and it's 2-1.
Using pretty much his whole arsenal here in this at-bat. That's called being resourceful.
Here's the 2-1 pitch. Took a good cut that time, but comes up empty. 2-2. And that's low, so a good eye there as he works the count back full.
Well, he wasn't going before, but with 2 outs and 2 strikes, he'll surely be going now.
Mike Stanton would be next. Here's the payoff pitch. And this one will be foul back in among the fans. Now a fastball is lifted into the air to shallow center. Espinoza will put this one away, and the side is retired. So no runs here on no hits, no errors, and a runner left on. Second inning coming up here in South Florida. Washington leads this one 1-0. Mike Cameron will stride in now. A couple of hits for him in 4 trips in yesterday's ball game. They set the target in, and this finds the inside corner for strike 1. Oh, and you talk about a pitcher getting the benefit of the doubt. That's low, but called a strike anyway. 0-2 now.
Yeah, what little chance you have of getting a hit off this guy to begin with gets even smaller when he's getting that pitch.
Now here it comes. And he takes strike 3 called on the fastball. 1 gone.
Well, when you're leading off an inning, you just don't want to go blindly chasing after anything close in the zone, but you also don't want to do this. He never got the bat off his shoulder.
Danny Espinoza will dig in now. He had a couple of hits in yesterday's contest. And this is fought off at the plate as it's chopped foul. Off the plate and in. It's a ball and a strike. One pitch on the way. And they'll try to go away with this one, but it misses as well, and it's to 2-1 now. A swing and a miss there, 2-2. Strike 3 call, and that is back-to-back punch-outs here in the inning. 3 in a row total, and there are 2 away.
Well, here's a good look from the side angle. This is in show motion. You can see this crosses right over the knees. That's close, but it's the right call.
Tom Gorzolani will stand in here hoping to at least put a ball in play here this inning. And he just gets a piece there as this is chopped foul. Ball 1.
And just 1 hit for this guy in the campaign, so a second might be a bit of a surprise.
And this is taken for a called strike. Oh, that's a tough call. Now 1-2. struck him out, so he makes quick work of him here. 3 straight strikeouts, and the side is retired. The dangerous Mike Stanton will get the first shot when we return. They trail this one 1-0. And there now is Mike Stanton. He'll lead things off here in this one-run contest. Too low with the curveball. 1 ball, no strikes.
And even though they didn't score on him, that first inning was a tough one pitch-wise. He tossed 24 pitches.
In there, and it's even at 1. Tried to get that one airborne, but it's 1-2. And he lays off the curveball. Strike 3 called, and that's going to be out number 1.
Leadoff man gone here, and that's got to give some confidence after what has been a rough month so far. He's 0-3 in his starts, but he looked pretty good right there.
Gabby Sanchez will stand in, currently 8th in the National League in hitting to enter play. And there's a fastball from Gorzolani, good for strike 1. Now here's the pitch. Hit hard to the right. Foul. One out, nobody on. Not a bad pitch there with 2 strikes, but it misses 1-2. On the ground down the first base line. And LaRoche will just take this to the bag himself for the out. Omar Infante will dig in now, and he, like many others, was held hitless in the shutout yesterday afternoon. And a fastball swung on and hit to second. Throw on to LaRoche is going to be in time, and the inning is over. Good half inning of work there from Tom Gorzolani, and he's got himself a 1-0 lead. Ian Desmond is ready to go here as we begin the third. Here's Johnson back to work now as he jumps ahead of the leadoff man. No balls and a strike. Pitch swung on and hit in the air toward the line and right. One away here to begin the third. Jason Worth will stand in. He grounded out his first time. And a slider tails outside for ball one. In for a strike, it's 1-1.
Now that he's fully loose out there, you can see he's getting a little more zip on that fastball than he had coming out of the gate.
Now the pitch. He tried to get that one airborne, but it's 1-2. On a great pitch there as that completely locked him up, and he's down on strikes for the second out.
Yeah, it took him a few batters to get it going in the first, but after that first inning run, he's come back to retire the next 6 in a row.
Ryan Zimmerman will stride in. He walked and came around to score his first time. Fastball that gets the inside corner, strike one.
Boy, he's just sailing along now.
Fastball, and he's quickly in the hole, 0-2.
And if he can get through this guy, that would be back-to-back 1-2-3 innings.
Now here's the pitch. Slider. Oh, strike three called, and he can't believe it, but the inning is over. 3 up, 3 down for Washington, but they hold a 1-0 lead. Brett Hayes makes his way to the plate to get us started here in the bottom of inning number 3. Here's the first pitch to him. Here's a fastball that swung on and hit pretty well out to deep left field. Morse is there to make the catch, and it's 1 pitch, 1 gone here in the bottom of the 3rd.
I thought for a second that this might make a dent in both the hit and the run column, but he didn't quite get all of it. It's probably the best swing, though, they've had so far.
Josh Johnson will get his first opportunity now. Here's the first offering. Popped him up. Over to the left, but playable over in foul ground. And this will not be caught. It's a foul ball. And this is sharply hit, but foul past LaRoche over at first. Too high. 1-2.
And now on 1-2, this might be a spot where that high fastball was just a setup so that he can come back with that big curve.
Marlins are still on the lookout for their first hit of the ball game. Lays off. 2-2 now.
And you can see what he's trying to do with these last 2 pitches, hoping to get him to reach out for something.
Two pitch on the way. And he'll fight just to stay alive here as this is fouled away. Swing and a miss on the fastball that time, out number 2.
Yeah, and even though that'll go in the books as just a strikeout, it was an expensive one in terms of pitches. And that's what you love to see, your pitcher really battling them up there.
Jose Reyes will stand in as the lineup turns over here. He was called out on strikes to open the home first. Swing and a ball line softly down the right field line, but foul. Here's the pitch. And here's a slider that runs inside that time, and that'll keep him from diving out over the plate.
You don't want guys to get too comfortable up there, so that's a good idea to run something in tight.
And it looks like that'll put him into the hit column here, as this is into left field, a base hit. And he continues to hit the ball well, as that'll push his hitting streak up to 7 games now. Emilio Bonifacio will stand in. He grounded out his first time. And this looked to be on the corner, but just perhaps a hair outside. It's 1-0.
Boy, the difference between starting out 0-1 or up 1-0 is huge in a hitter's eyes. He caught a break there.
Line hard to center field. Cameron is under it, and he makes the catch for out number 3. 1 left for Miami. It remains 1-0. Michael Morse will stand in now to get us going here in the 4th. A bit high there. A ball and no strikes. Now here's a swing and a little bouncer out to the left of the mound. Throw to first in time. 1 gone here in the 4th.
Yeah, not always an easy play for a pitcher, especially when he has to barehand the ball, but luckily he's got plenty of time here, so he's able to set himself and make a good, strong throw.
Adam LaRoche will stand in, an RBI single in his first appearance. Now here's the first pitch. First pitch fastball off the plate there, and it's ball 1. Up top, it's 2-0. Too high as he misses again here, and it's 3-0 now.
That last pitch was number 50 already. And with 1 out in the 4th, that's way too many.
That one's in there, 3-1.
He got away with one there. Even 3-0, you're taking a big chance laying it in there like that.
And a fastball misses there, ball 4.
And we'll take another look at this 3-1 pitch. Is this anywhere close? Show track tells us Not really. That's a good take and a good at-bat overall.
Wilson Ramos will stride in again. He struck out swinging his first time. Lays off 1-0. Swing and a rocket to third, but gloved by the third baseman for the out.
And sometimes when you throw it in the mid-90s and it gets squared up, it leaves the bat hotter than it was coming in. That ball stung all right, but in the end, he'll wind up with nothing to show for it.
Mike Cameron will get another shot, called out on strikes his first time around. Here's a slider that's inside, 1-0. One run, 2 hits, and no errors so far for the Nationals. Pitch to the plate is a slider for a strike, and it's all knotted up at 1-1.
Good job of locking on location as he finds the zone with that one.
Now a ball pulled hard but fouled off to the left. He's set, now the pitch. And he lays off a pitch outside as they draw even at 2-2. Fastball didn't miss by much, and it's a full count now, 3-2.
And the more 3-2 counts they can run up on this guy, the quicker they maybe can get him out of there.
And a slider here, but he stays with it and bangs it into center field for a base hit. And the throw will come in quickly from center, so despite the hit and run, they won't get the extra base here.
And they've been able to time that pitch pretty well here in the early going. And he just shoots it right back up the box for a base hit.
Danny Espinoza will dig in here. Took a called third strike his first time. First pitch on its way from Johnson, and that misses inside, 1-0. On the corner away, a ball and a strike.
And he's making a lot of high-intensity pitches here early in the game. Something to keep an eye on as we go along.
2 down, runners at first and second. Fouled back. And this is in the air down the left field line and into foul territory. And this will wind up a foul ball. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
And now this is the pitch you want something to happen on. If you go 3-2, then you activate the runners.
The 2-2 coming. And he struck him out, his 7th of the ball game, and that ends the inning. Nats leave a pair, but they're on top 1-0. It's Tuesday Night Baseball on the show as you take a look at our National League scoreboard. And here on the East Coast, of course, some of these games will be getting underway later on. Hanley Ramirez will lead things off here in the home half of the 4th. Runs up to bunt here, but he missed it for strike 1.
Not sure I want my number 3 hitter to be bunting. You're doing the pitcher a favor there.
And a pitch in the dirt as he lays off. It's 1-1. Now the pitch. And he's a little too high with that one. 2 balls and a strike. Now a ball lined to the right side. In there, a base hit.
This ball's absolutely drilled that time. You can see here in the bottom corner of your screen, that ball leaves his bat at 98 miles an hour. And that is a hard hit ball.
Logan Morrison will dig in here. He flew out his first time around. And he gets ahead here with the fastball, strike 1. Another fastball, another called strike, 0-2 now.
He just might be up there taking pitches, waiting for that base runner to go, but he's not going to be able to take anymore.
On at first is Ramirez with nobody out. And that's swung on and fouled straight back. And a check swing here. They'll point down to the third base umpire, but no swing on that one. It's ball 1. Fouled straight back.
Come on, Marlins!
Low with the fastball that time. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And now on 2-2, he might get an off-speed pitch here, so it could be a good count to run on.
3-2 now.
And a great job at the plate to get it to 3-2. He's taken the ones he's needed to and fouled off the tough ones.
Now here's a ball hit in the air to straightaway right field. This ball's got plenty of carry to it, and it is out of here. A 2-run blast to straightaway right field. 12 home runs for him now thus far. As the Marlins take the lead, it's now a 2-1 ball game.
Yeah, and he may have gone to the well one too many times there, and it's going to wind up costing him. Once you give a hitter an idea for the speed and delivery of that thing, he'll learn how to handle it, and I think he handled it about as well as he could there.
Mike Stanton will get another shot. Called out on strikes his first time around. Takes a good swing, but this will be a foul ball. The pitch. Down and away, ball one. Now a swing and a ball hit high in the air into shallow left center. Morse is there, and he'll bring this one in. Gabby Sanchez will stand in. He grounded out his first time. Now the first pitch. And he takes ball one. Both clubs with 3 hits in the ballgame. And he fires in a strike this time to make it 1 ball and 1 strike. Now the 1-1. Down low, 2 balls and a strike. And he's fallen behind now, 3-1. Change up inside. They lost him, ball 4.
Now there are 2 ways you can go here as a pitching coach, so he's got to make a judgment call out there. He knows what buttons to press with each of his pitchers. Some guys you've got to reassure and be very positive with. Other guys, they respond better when you go out and challenge them. Really got to read them the riot act.
Omar Infante will stand in. He grounded out his first time. First pitch coming. Good changeup there to start him, but it drops a little low for ball 1.
Don't know quite the reason, but his mechanics do not look quite as good as they did in the first 3 innings.
2 runs, 3 hits, and no errors in the game for the Marlins. Now a swing, and the barrel of the bat breaks in 2 that time. Foul. And here's a curveball that just about got away as it misses inside for a ball. Now a ball slapped hard the opposite way. Coming on fast as he makes the basket catch.
Yeah, he's coming on quickly here. Let's see in show motion if he makes the play. Yep, sure enough. He got to it before it touched the ground. Nicely done.
Brett Hayes will try it again. He flew out his first time. First offering to him stays upstairs. It's a ball and no strikes. fouled straight back. Up high, 2-1 now.
And this is a guy you want because you'd love to have the pitcher leading off in the bottom of the fifth.
Go, Miami.
3-1 now as that misses down and in.
And you're close to putting yourself in a position where you'd have to face the pitcher, and that impacts the next inning.
Here he comes, 3-1. In there, and it's full 3-2.
And already we're seeing a lot of deep counts early in the ball game. These can really start to pile up if you're not careful.
Right field. Worth is there, and he'll make the catch to retire the side. But 2 in the inning for the Marlins thanks to the 2-run home run. We're through 4. 2-1 now, Miami. Tom Gorzolani will make his way towards the box to lead off the fifth.
Let's go, Fitz.
Inside corner here, but maybe a fraction too far inside, apparently. It's ball 1. That one's a called strike. Back even at 1. Fastball called strike, 1-2.
Now you can't look for a specific pitch. You just got to protect the plate.
Anything, look, Wade.
And this is going to find the crowd down the left field line. Count holds at 1-2. Here he comes again, 1-2. And this will be fouled away. Swing and a ground ball towards the hole. And safe, says the first base umpire, as the throw was too late.
Well, they're going to hit the first baseman with an error here on the feed. You'll see the flip to the pitcher is low, and it causes him to overrun the bag, and then by the time he recovers to stick his foot out, it was too late.
Ian Desmond will stand in, 0 for 2 thus far. Just off the outside, and it's 1-0.
And now after the error allowed the leadoff man to reach, this is where you'd love to come right back with a double play ball.
Next pitch from Johnson will be his 74th of the ball game. Now a swing and a bouncing ball toward the hole. Infante for 1. On to Sanchez. It's a double play.
Boy, and when shortstops go to bed at night, they dream about a double play ball like this. There you go, a nice friendly 2-hopper, and they start the routine 6-4-3, and that's as easy as they come.
Jason Worth will try it again. He's grounded out and struck out in 2 trips. And he couldn't hold back that time. They say he went around. It's strike 1.
Let's go.
Swing, and he takes this the other way to right. Now a dive in right, but he can't haul it in, and now this is going to be big trouble out there. And he is into second with a 2-out double.
You know, maybe if he backs up and plays this on the hop, he can hold him to just a single, but instead, he goes all out for it in right field, and it gets by him for an eventual double.
Ryan Zimmerman will get an opportunity here in a run-scoring spot now following the 2-out double. First pitch on the way. Good fastball out of Johnson there, and it's strike 1. Well, for Worth, a good job there to pick up his 16th double of the year. And this is swung on and pretty well hit. Out to deep left center field. A leap, but he won't get it. It's off the wall. And the runner will score from second. And he is in there with an RBI triple. And a sweeping effort there, but this one skips right by him.
I tell you, I bet you that guy's thinking the same thing I am. That ball looked like it was destined to be a flyout off the bat, but it winds up making it all the way off the wall out there. By the time he's able to regroup, it's too late to prevent this from becoming an RBI triple.
Michael Morse will dig in here. 1 for 2. He's singled and grounded out so far. In there, strike 1.
And now that they've tied it, you can bet they're thinking, let's not stop here. We've got one more out there in scoring position.
That's over, but low. It's a ball and a strike.
Baby, you watch it. We'll let it score here, right?
1-2 now.
And he's got 7 strikeouts already this evening, but if he can get number 8, that might be the biggest of all.
Now a swing and a hard hit ball back through the box. And that's through into center field. Base hit. Oh, and he airmails that one right over his head.
This is just a situation where he never locks in on his target, and as a result, this one just gets away from him.
Man at second here with 2 away, and stepping in as the first baseman, Adam LaRoche. Fastball too high to start him out here, 1-0.
And that's been part of his problem so far, not being able to locate that fastball when he's needed to.
Here's the 1-0. And that's grounded foul past a former video game motion capture star, Bo Porter, in that third base coaching box. One a fastball high, 2-1 now.
And after those 3 straight hits, you can see he is not the same out there.
fastball, and looks like they're pinching him a bit here. It's 3-1. And this is drifting foul back into the stands. 2 out here and a runner at second.
Truck the hammer on him.
The 3-2 pitch. And this is swung on and bounced up the center of the diamond. And that is through into center field, a base hit. The tag, but it's not in time at the plate as he scores to make it 4-2.
Boy, hard to explain what's gone on here. Everything looked good to start the inning, then everything's gone haywire since. Just goes to show how quickly fortunes can turn on you in this game.
Wilson Ramos will dig in now. He's struck out and lined out in his first 2 at-bats.
Who's thirsty? Got some ice cold water.
Now a fastball a bit too low here. It's ball 1. Not close. It's 2-0.
And you sort of get the sense that his thoughts might be elsewhere out on the mound right now. He's got to let the past go and focus on the here and now.
Three runs already home here. Here comes the 2-0. Ball 3.
And now that strike zone's starting to dance around on him a bit.
That one's in there. 3-1. Swing and a high pop drifting into foul territory. Sanchez is there and the side is retired. So 3 runs on 4 hits, 2 costly errors, and 1 man left on base. Home half of the 5th coming up. The Nationals are out in front here, 4-2. And a pinch hitter about to be summoned from the dugout, and it's the guy who led the majors with 22 pinch hits in 2008. Greg Dobbs will get the call. A fastball off the plate away. It's ball 1.
And here's a spot off the bench where all you want to do is just to try to get something started.
Off the plate again. 2-0 now. And he's flying open a bit, Soup. That misses high. Ball 3.
Well, let's see if Ozzie wants to give him a green light here on 3-0.
And that misses. Ball 4 now. It's a leadoff walk to get the home half of the 5th underway.
Oh, boy. Not what you wanted to come back with when your guys just scored you 3 runs in the previous half inning. I mean, you want to at least make these guys earn their way on. Now he's going to need a ground ball.
Back to the top of the order now. And stepping in is the shortstop, Jose Reyes. And some action out in that Washington bullpen now as we see both a left-hander and a right-hander throwing. First pitch fastball off the plate there, and it's ball one.
Sometimes you just let a guy work his own way into trouble and then take advantage.
The next pitch. And the 1-0 is sent out to straightaway center field. Therefore, it is Cameron, one away. Emilio Bonifacio will try things again. He's grounded out and lined out in 2 trips. In there at the knees, strike one.
And remember, this is a very tough guy to double up, so even on a ground ball, they might not get out of the inning.
Changes up on him, but that's in the dirt for a ball. 4-2 our score here as we play inning number 5. 1-1 on the way. And this is fouled back and out of play. And here's a ball lifted high into foul ground down the right field line. But this will land out there just foul. And a swing and a ball hit foul heading for the seats. So another foul ball here, and it remains 1-2. Out in front of the fastball here as this is drilled into left field. That's a base hit. Throw comes back in quickly, so put the runners at first and second now, still with only 1 away.
Now after the big inning your ball club just put together, you can't let them respond with a big inning of their own. But here they are with 2 on now and trying to answer right back.
Hanley Ramirez will dig in. He singled and later scored his last time. From the belt, the pitch. Now a fastball, a bit too low here. It's ball 1.
Boy, and you were just given a 2-run lead. It's like he's trying to give it right back.
Now a ball grounded foul over toward the coaching box. Runners are at first and second with 1 away. Now a swing and a ground ball, but a foul ball. 1-2 the count now. And a good spot for that pitch as it's chopped foul. Now a ball lined toward right center. And this is going to find the alley. Extra bases here for Ramirez. And Cameron fires this one back in off the wall. And the second run will score as that lead has evaporated. It's now a tie game, 4 apiece. So 2 runs are in on the double there, and we've got ourselves a tie ball game. Logan Morrison will dig in, 1 for 2 to this point in the ball game. Runner breaks for third. Pitch misses low. The throw down. The tag and a mistake there as Ramirez is out trying to take third.
I don't know quite what was going on there, but Twinkle Toes here gets about halfway to third before he decides maybe this isn't such a grand idea, and they're able to slap the tag on him for a rather ridiculous out.
1-0 pitch now. And he won't bite at that one either. It's 2-0. lays off a fastball, but it's over for a strike. 2-1. Swing and a ball hit hard on the ground to short. And this is going to get on by Desmond. It's a base hit.
Man, this guy was cruising along. Got the first 2 outs of the inning and then single, double, single to the last 3 hitters. All of a sudden, the wheels just sort of came off the track.
Mike Stanton will stand in now. He's struck out and flied out, 0 for 2 thus far. Fastball too high to start him out here, 1-0. Fastball misses badly there, and he's behind 2-0.
Well, I think he's getting frustrated with his inability to get ahead of him. This is not the kind of guy you want to fall behind 2-0.
Swing and a miss on the heater, and it's 2-1. And here in just the 5th inning, this will be pitch number 100 here. A look at Morrison. Now the pitch. Swing and a little tapper out in front of the mound. Throw on to LaRoche takes care of him, and with that, the side is retired. So it's 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and a runner left on. 5 innings complete, and we are tied 4-4. Juan Oviedo will get the call here as he'll start the 6th inning on the mound. Mike Cameron will stand in. A strikeout victim his first time and then a base hit last time around. Bottom 3 in the batting order here as the first pitch misses to the number 7 hitter. It's ball 1. Two and 0 now.
He was summoned out of the bullpen fairly quickly here. It looks to me like he may not be fully warmed up yet.
Two and 1.
And that four-seamer had some burst at the end.
Slider can't find the zone here, and he's behind now 3 and 1.
And you can't understate how important a leadoff base runner would be in a tie ball game. So this is a big pitch right here.
Tough pitch to lay off, but he did, and it's ball 4, so the leadoff hitter's aboard to start the 6th.
And that's what I'd call an intelligent at-bat right there. It's good knowledge of the strike zone, and more importantly, of how the home plate umpire calls the strike zone. Got himself a leadoff walk.
Danny Espinoza will step in now, 0 for 2 to this point. Now a check swing, but it's strike 1 anyway, says the home plate umpire. Fastball misses inside. It's even at 1. And a changeup here, but that's taken low in the dirt for a ball.
Keep that runner off second base.
Now the 2-1 pitch. Fouled back. Now a soft liner to the right side. Foul. Now a ball hit back up the middle. Infante for 1. On to Sanchez. It's a double play.
Well, so much for the leadoff walk as he comes right back to get the ground ball he needed for the double play.
Steve Lombardozzi is into the on-deck circle now as he'll hit in place of the pitcher Gorzolani. Fastball in there for a called strike. Now here it comes. Swinging a ball line softed to the left side. But an easy play over at third, and that'll be that. Nothing doing for Washington. Through 5.5, we're tied at 4. Sean Burnett will come on now as he'll start out the bottom of the 6th.
Number 17, Sean Burnett.
Back alongside Dave Campbell and Eric Harris, Matt Vasgersian with you as Gabby Sanchez gets set to lead things off in the Miami half of the inning. Couple of righties starting to loosen now in the bullpen. And a fastball's in there for strike 1.
All right, Miami.
Here's one that misses high. It's 1-1. Here's the 1-1. 1-2. Fastball bounces up to the plate, and it's taken for a ball. And a tough pitch on 2 strikes as he's able to foul it off. Ready with another 2-2. And he goes the other way with the fastball as this is hit in the air toward the gap in right center. There to gather it in is Worth for the first out of the inning. Omar Infante will try things again. He's grounded out and lined out in 2 trips. And he takes a cold strike, 0-1. "4-4 is our score as we play the 6th. Runs up to bunt here, but this is going to kick just foul down the line. Tries the slider to ring him up, but he lays off 1-2. Swinging a high bouncer to short. And the throw to LaRoche is in time, 2 gone. Brett Hayes will stand in again. He's flown out in each of his first 2 plate appearances thus far. And now a fastball is roasted into left field. That's a base hit. So the base hit here nets him a base runner with 2 away as we check out the league leaders in team batting average here in May. And as you can see there, they're currently tied for the top spot in the NL in that category. Aaron Rowan will look for some 2-out magic here as he'll pinch hit with 2 gone and a runner at first. He's able to go with a fastball nicely there as this is sliced into right for a base hit. Throw will hold that runner at second base, and now there are 2 on with 2 out.
Well, I can tell you from experience that pinch hitters love that first pitch fastball. That's what they're geared up to hit, and he doesn't waste any time as he comes through right away.
Big spot here. First and second, 2 men gone, and the lineup turns over now for Jose Reyes. Just got a piece of it as it's fouled back. And that's cut on and missed as Reyes falls behind here, 0-2.
Good chance for him to strand a couple of runners here. Got a few pitches to work with.
Too high, 1-2.
And a lot of times this is where he likes to elevate that fastball and try to get guys to chase.
From the stretch. Off-speed pitch in the dirt as he takes it for a ball.
And if he doesn't block that thing, both runners move up.
Got him. Marlins strand a pair. 6 innings are in the books, all square, 4-4. Steve Cishek is on to pitch now as he'll take over to start inning number 7. Ian Desmond will stand in, and they've done a good job keeping him off base at the top of the lineup. He's 0 for 3 thus far. And now the Marlins bullpen will swing into action as a lefty and a right-hander start to get loose. In there for strike one, 0-1.
And this is a right-handed heavy section of the lineup here, so he's got 3 right-handers due up, barring a pinch hitter.
Now the pitch. Now a ball hit hard towards center. And that's going to be a base hit. So there's the possible go-ahead run aboard to kick off the 7th.
Oh, and base runners are so precious this late in the game, especially leading off an inning. So now the possible go-ahead runs aboard.
Jason Worth will get another crack, 1 for 3 thus far. First pitch coming. Swinging a ball hit on the ground, but a foul ball here, 0-1. And he gets a piece of it here, but it's chopped foul. He's ready. Now the pitch. Hard hit towards center. And that'll get down for a base hit. Throw will hold him at second, but the go-ahead run's in scoring position now with still nobody out.
There you go. Back-to-back singles here to open up the inning, have him set up in a good position to break this deadlock.
Ryan Zimmerman will step in, 1 for 2 in the ballgame. Now the first pitch. And that misses for ball 1. Lays off again, and it's 2-0.
And you're in the part of the order here where mistakes can get magnified quickly, so you don't want to fall too far behind a guy like this.
Two-0 count, the pitch. And a swing and a ball hit well down the left field line, but back into the crowd, foul. A slider that time that runs away. It's 3-1 now.
In danger now of loading the bases for the cleanup hitter, and that is never a sound strategy.
The 3-1 coming. And a good pitch, but he gets quite a lot of it as this one's hit in the air to deep left field. And in fact, he got more than a lot of it. He got all of it. It's a home run. A 3-run home run for Ryan Zimmerman. Home run number 9 on the year, and it's now 7-4.
Matt, this is a big home run here late in this one. The game's certainly not over yet, but this lead changes hands here, and this could be a huge turning point.
Mike Dunn will come on now as he'll take over in inning number 7. Michael Morse will get another shot now, 2 for 3 in the game. First pitch here misses wide, 1-0. Bases are empty here, nobody out. Tried to hold up there, appeal down to first, and no swing. It's ball 2. And he gets this fastball over. It's 2-1.
Ah, boy, when you're a middle-of-the-lineup guy and you get a good one to hit 2-0, you got to turn it loose.
Ready with the 2-1. Oh, and that ricochets off him on the mound as it deflects towards second. And they will get the out at first. Score it 1-4-3 on the deflection, and now let's see if he's okay. And now they'll hustle out there and attend to their pitcher, and that was quite a shot he took as you see him down on a knee. But if there's one thing I know about this guy, he will not want to come out of this game. And from all indications, it looks like he's going to try to continue. Adam LaRoche will dig in again. He singled home a run his last time. First pitch coming. Swing and a ball hit fairly well, heading high and deep toward right center. And that is over the wall. Home run. A solo home run for Adam LaRoche. 6th home run on the season for him, and they double him up. It's 8-4.
You just can't throw that pitch right there. That swing tells a story right there. I mean, he got all of that one. Remember, he homered in yesterday's ball game too, so he's riding a pretty good hot streak these past couple of days.
Wilson Ramos will stand in, one of the few guys not to join the hit parade so far. Here's a slider that's inside, 1-0. Now the 1-0 pitch. And he fires in a strike this time to make it 1 ball and 1 strike. Very high, 2-1. And just lucky to make contact on that one as it's chopped foul. Here's the 2-2 offering. And that's swung on and fouled straight back. Fastball didn't miss by much, and it's a full count now, 3-2. Swing and a liner towards second. But there to take this one is the second baseman, and that's out number 2.
And this has been a night to forget. Even when he hits it hard, he winds up with nothing to show for it.
Mike Cameron will stand in. He's 1 for 2 so far. And here's a fastball called for strike 1. 1-1. Four runs here in this half inning. Now the 1-1 pitch. No contact there, and it's 1-2.
Boy, that thing's really moving sharply at the end.
And he strikes him out here, so he's able to stop the bleeding a bit as this side is retired. So 4 runs in the inning, and they come on the strength of the 2 big flies. Time to get up and stretch here in Miami. Nationals on top, 8-4. Time for another look at the scoreboard tonight, as this time we check the action in the American League. Emilio Bonifacio will step in to get things started for the Marlins. He'll be followed by the dangerous Hanley Ramirez on deck. Now there's a changeup to start him out, but it drops low and away for ball 1.
And the Marlins just need to get somebody on base here to get things going.
Now a fastball, and it's hit on the ground as short. On to first is Desmond, and that's in time for the first out.
And this is an important first out, not just because he's the leadoff hitter, but because of what he represents, and that's speed on the base pass. Anytime you can keep him off first, that is indeed a major victory.
Hanley Ramirez will stand in. 2 hits in 2 trips thus far. And this is fouled back and out of play. Now a swing and a fly ball. But this will land foul just shy of the wall. And now a pitch on the way. Inside, as that perhaps will back him off a bit. 1-2. Swing and a miss by Ramirez as he's dispatched back to the dugout, out number 2.
And obviously, any time you can strike this guy out, you'll take it. I mean, he runs like a greyhound out there, so even routine grounders can sometimes be turned into base hits. Not when you're not making contact, though.
Logan Morrison will stand in again as we flash you back here to the 4th inning. This was a 2-run home run that was definitely one of the big blows of the ball game to this point. Here's the first offering. In there, 0-1.
It's 0-1.
And he'll try to hold back the swing, but he'll do so unsuccessfully as that's ruled a strike. And this is going to be a foul ball in amongst the spectators. Another 0-2 coming. Now a swing and another ball that I believe will find its way into the seats. Still 0-2. Not a bad pitch there with 2 strikes, but it misses. 1-2.
Sometimes when you foul a few two-strike pitches off, you have a tendency to start swinging at anything. That's a good eye.
Pitch on the way. And it's to 2-2 now with the bases empty and 2 gone here in the inning. Good battle here. This will be the 7th pitch coming up. Goes the other way with a fastball, and this is in the air out to left. Morse is under it, and he makes the catch for out number 3. Starting to run out of innings here as they are unable to cut into the deficit. We'll look ahead to inning number 8 now. The Nationals lead it 8-4. Edward Mujica will be the new pitcher. Danny Espinoza will get us going now in the top half of the 8th. Now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out there. First pitch fastball off the plate there, and it's ball 1. Swing and a miss as he ramps up on the fastball, 1-1.
That might have been his best swing of the night there. He was right on it.
One pitch is a splitter, cold, strike 2.
And he's definitely trying to stay on that outer third.
Let's go.
1-2 pitch here is a routine grounder to third. Throw on to first in time, so the leadoff man is set down to open up inning number 8. Visiting Nationals holding the lead here in the 8th as you get a look at our line score to this point in the game. Andres Blanco will move into the on-deck circle now to try to get something started here with 1 gone in the inning. And a foul pop behind the plate. And the pinch hitter will not be able to advance the cause, and there are 2 away now.
And this is music to a manager's ears here. After he watched his club give up 4 runs in an inning ago, this guy's come in and gotten 2 quick outs to start the next inning.
Ian Desmond will step in. Singled and came around to score his last time. Here it comes. Here's a swing and a ground ball. This gets foul. It's 0-1. And another strike. Good fastball under the hands. It's 0-2. Oh-2 is a fastball that misses inside. 1-2 now. A ball hit hard to the left side. And that's in there, so perhaps some life here with 2 men out.
And at this point, I don't think you could expect anything less than a 2-hit ball game from this guy. I mean, he's been as hot as anybody lately, and he comes through again here.
Jason Worth will dig in. He singled and later scored his last time. And here's the first pitch. A fastball off the plate away. It's ball one. And he takes a cold strike one. And this is sliced foul into the stands in right, out of play. Bouncing ball back up the middle. Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired. One left for Washington. They still lead it by a count of 8-4. Bottom of the 8th inning upcoming, but before we begin it, let's take a look back at how the Nationals got themselves to a better state. It came just an inning ago, courtesy of this home run. Get to a better state. State Farm. Tyler Clippard is on, and he'll take over on the mound.
Number 36, Tyler Clippard.
Mike Stanton will lead things off here in the bottom half of inning number 8. And he catches the inside corner for a called strike. 0-1. Swinging a ground ball towards the middle. A few steps to his left. He's got it. And a good throw gets him one gone.
Yeah, not an easy play here as you see the shortstop forced to range deep behind the bag at second and then orient himself to make the throw to first. That's pretty well done.
Gabby Sanchez will stand in 0 for 2 in the ballgame so far. Right-hander against right-hander as this is a ball 1-0. And now another pitch taken by Sanchez as he's got it to 2-0 now. Now the 2-0. Missed with it again, and it's 3-0 now.
You can afford to be careful here with a 4-run lead, but you really don't want to be walking people at this stage.
And a good comeback there. It's 3-1. Bases are empty, one man out. Fastball in there, 3-2.
Full count.
Three-two pitch. And a changeup. Couldn't get him to bite, and it's ball 4.
Well, not a very labor-intensive at bat from a hitter's perspective there, as we'll see in this sequence again on show track. He looks at 3 straight to jump ahead here, 3-0. Then he says, I'm not just taking 1 here, I'm going to take 2. And then on 3-2, he winds up working out the 6-pitch walk.
Omar Infante will stride in, grounded out his last time through. And a little tapper here in front of the mound as this may work as a sacrifice. In time to first, and there are 2 away.
Yeah, the only silver lining to this offensively is that you get that guy up to second base with 2 away, but I doubt strongly that was his intention.
Brett Hayes will get another crack, 1 for 3 thus far. Starts things here with a changeup for a called strike. He's ready now. The pitch crowds him a bit with a fastball there, and it's to 1-1. Fastball, and he popped it up back into short right field. And 8 innings have come and gone now as the inning is over. Ryan Zimmerman will get the first shot here when we come back. They still lead it by a count of 8-4. Time for one last look at our National League scoreboard to see what's happening elsewhere. Ryan Zimmerman will stride in again, and before he takes his cuts, let's take you back to inning number 7, and a big blow here as his 3-run home run accounted for perhaps the biggest blow of the ball game. Here's the first pitch to him. 9th inning underway as the first pitch misses for ball 1. Fastball. Whoa, look out. That just about got him in the coconut.
Oh, that's what you call getting in tight with fastball.
Now a ball hit pretty well to the left, but this is going to wind up in the seats foul. Sliced hard but foul. Look out over there. Full count. 3-2.
94 on the outer edge. You can't help but take that.
Fouled back. Now a swing and a ground ball back up the middle. And a dive by Reyes, but it's by him, a base hit. And we're being told in our headsets that right there is career hit number 1,000 for him. And the fans are seeing it on the scoreboard as well. so he'll want to hang on to that baseball. Michael Morse will try again. 2 for 4 in the ballgame. Here's the first offering. And he lays off there, 1-0. Still won't get him to fish downstairs, and it's 2-0 now. A runner at first with no outs here. Swing and a ball hit foul as this will find the seats in right. Fastball misses in the dirt as he tried to get him to chase the low one.
And the way this pitching staff has worked so far, he's been more like a goalie than a catcher behind the plate.
And he misses there for ball 4, so runners are at first and second now with nobody out.
Yep, a single and then a walk to start the inning. But this is exactly how big innings get started, so they're set up now to maybe put up a crooked number here.
And here comes Ozzie out to home plate now as it looks as though he'll make the double switch here. Heath Bell will come on to pitch now as he'll move into the 8th spot in the lineup on the double switch here. John Buck will also come on now as he'll move into the pitcher's number 9 hold in the order here on that double switch. Adam LaRoche will try and keep it going, 3 for 3 thus far. Now about a 58-foot breaking pitch that he wisely lays off here. None out, runners at first and second. Now a swing and a ground ball. And this gets past him at third as it hugs the line. A fair ball. And the runner will score from second.
Not the result they wanted when they summoned him out of the bullpen, as he comes in and promptly serves up the RBI single.
Wilson Ramos will try and erase his 0 for 4 in the ballgame. First pitch to him. Righty against righty as this is taken for a ball. It's 1-0.
Yeah, and I think at this point you just play this one out and try to come back with a clean slate tomorrow.
And he'll just fight this one off as it's chopped foul. Two and one.
Trying to go front door with that breaking ball started it a little too far inside, though.
Get the cotton candy, yep. Let's shut it down here.
And this one will be foul back in among the fans. Now a swing and a ball pulled down the line to third. And this is past him at third, down the line. It's a fair ball. And they're not going to get him as he's in there to score.
Everybody's getting into the act now. He had been held out of the RBI column to that point, but no longer as they continue to pour it on.
Mike Cameron will dig in. Took a called third strike his last time.
Mike Cameron.
Fastball probably could have gone either way, but ruled a ball, 1-0.
And there's a guy that's just got to be running out of ideas at this point. I mean, this has been a debacle so far.
Let's get out of the inning now.
Now a ball hit foul off to the right and up into the crowd. That misses. 2-1 the count now to the National center fielder. First and second here with nobody out. The 2-1. Called strike two. Down on strikes again, so get your hats out. That's the third strikeout of the game.
And in the first 2 games of this series, he's already struck out a total of 4 times now. You get to where you just hate taking that walk back to the dugout. I'll tell you, it's a very frustrating feeling.
Danny Espinoza will step in, a ground-out victim his last time. Fastball there from Bell as he gets ahead 0-1.
That thing's coming in there hot, 96 miles an hour.
And he misses with it, 1-1. Breaking ball as this is right at his melon as he turns away there.
And he's obviously not trying to hit him there. He just let that one get away from him.
All right, the call up.
Swing and a miss there, and it's 2-2. First and second now, 1 man out. Sets the 2-2 pitch. And he struck him out. And there's the hat trick, as that's his 3rd strikeout of the ballgame.
Well, there it is. Hat trick, my friend. That's a 3rd strikeout of the game. Luckily, his guys are winning, so it kind of lessens the blow, but actually, not so much.
And it looks as though we'll have a pinch hitter here as Mark DeRosa begins to limber up in the on-deck circle. Off the plate and low here, ball 1.
And these guys have been very patient with that slider away. They have not chased very often.
2 men are on with 2 men out. And it runs outside, so it goes to 2-0 now.
When you're down by 6 on the mound, you got to at least throw strikes here.
And here's a fastball for a strike. 2-1 now. Now a swing and a fly ball. And it in fact lands in the corner, foul. And very close, but no call. It's a full count.
Boy, that's tough to take given the circumstances, but he got away with it.
Swing and a ball headed towards the hole. And a bit of a high throw that time, but no problem over there at first as they record the out. So 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and a couple of men left. 9-1-2 scheduled to lead off the bottom of the 9th. Washington leads this one 10-4. Brad Lidge will come in now working with a huge lead, so he'll just look to get some work in here. John Buck will dig in here. First pitch misses here to the leadoff man in the inning. The number 9 hitter in the lineup. It's ball 1. The 1-0 pitch. Now a swing and a ball hit out to central for Cameron. And he's got it for out number 1.
Couple of outs away now from picking up the first 2 games of this series on the road. That's exactly the kind of result you're looking for when you're away from home.
Jose Reyes will step in, 1 for 4 in the ballgame. And Lidge is always relying on the fastball. He uses it to get ahead 0-1. Ball 1. I had him guessing that time as he's barely able to foul it away. One-two on its way from Lidge. And he swings under the fastball here as this is popped high in the air back behind short. Desmond is there, and folks are starting to head for the exits now. 2 gone here in the 9th.
And he has not been able to get on track here in this series. This is another subpar at bat for him as he winds up popping it up.
Emilio Bonifacio will stride in, grounded out his last time through. Fastball runs a bit inside here. It's 1-0. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. In tight again, and it's to 2-0 now.
And you can tell they're thinking, do not let him extend his arms. Keep pitching him tight.
Ball 3 as he misses low with it here.
And they're getting toward that dangerous part of the lineup here, so he definitely doesn't want to walk him.
That one's in there, 3-1.
And what they need here is base runners, so he'll be selective 3-1 as well.
2 out, nobody on. Taken called strike 2, and now they're down to their final strike tonight.
From 3-0 to 3-2 now. Can he make it all the way back?
Just did get a piece of that one, so he stays alive here. Grounded foul off to the left, so they'll do it again. He'll try it again, 3-2. Now a swing and a fly ball. And this should do it. And that's a fair ball.
He's probably kicking himself for not finishing the job right there with 2 strikes. But they're able to extend the game by at least 1 more batter. That's all you're hoping for.
Hanley Ramirez will get another shot now, 2 for 3 in the game. Now a first pitch changeup here, too far inside, it's 1-0. Set is Lidge, the pitch. And he couldn't pull that one back as he clearly broke the plane to the plate, and that'll be ruled a strike. And this is going to be a foul ball in amongst the spectators. A runner on first with 2 away. And he gets a piece of this one to foul it toward the backstop. He'll try again, 1-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and that'll do it here as the ball game is over.
And guys, you can bet their manager is going to like this. They win the first 2 games of this 3-game series on the road. Now they have a chance to go for the sweep tomorrow.
Big bat for the Nationals tonight, well, it belonged to this man, Ryan Zimmerman. Take a snapshot of that. He's our top player of the game.
Matt, he was a tough out up there in this one. 3 hits, including a home run, and without him, this might have been a different game.
So that will just about do it. For Dave Campbell, Eric Harros, and all the folks back in San Diego, I'm Matt Vasgersian saying thanks for joining us here tonight. This has been a presentation of MLB 12, The Show. For more, don't forget to check us out online at theshownation.com. Washington is victorious in this one, 10-4. A post-game highlight package is next, so until next time.